11 Alive News at 5 p.m. starts now.
A race that needed overtime.
Hey, I was built for this.
Are you ready to do this one more time?
Once again, weeks after a highly competitive general election season, Georgia is the only game in town.
I still expect it to be awfully close.
It all comes down to tonight.
We built a multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious coalition.
I'm not that politician, I'm that warrior, because I'm not going to say what they want me to say. I'm going to say the truth, and the truth will set you free.
2 men, 1 seat in the U.S. Senate.
It is Election Day once again here in Georgia. The polls will close in just 2 hours, and in a few hours, we hope to know who will win the U.S. Senate runoff.
The two candidates, Republican Herschel Walker and Democrat Raphael Warnock, spent the day working to get their voters out to the polls. We have team coverage tonight. Caitlin Ross live with what voters are saying about today's vote. But we begin with Doug Richards live in DeKalb County with more on the candidates' final pushes. Doug?
Yeah, the candidates may want to pay special attention to this particular Brookhaven precinct, where a third-party candidate in November, Chase Oliver, the Libertarian, got kind of an inordinate number of votes, and it was the votes for that third-party candidate that threw this race into a runoff that the two weary candidates left hope will be decided tonight.
Well, good morning, everybody.
In a light rain, about 4 dozen campaign volunteers surrounded Democrat Raphael Warnock at his final public event before the polls close tonight.
We're not leaving anything to chance, which is why we're standing out here getting sprinkled and baptized again.
Their Get Out the Vote operation stayed in motion backstage all day. They're trying to hold on to or expand the thin margin Warnock won in November, though it wasn't enough to avoid this December runoff.
The truth is my opponent could still win this election.
Yet Warnock and his backers stayed upbeat in the final hours before the polls closed. Republican Herschel Walker was also upbeat as he worked a dining room at a cafe in Marietta.
Nice to see you.
Famous for decades as a football player, Walker got lots of attention from fans, many of whom view him as a better fit for the U.S. Senate than the incumbent. Walker gave his campaign team credit for keeping the race close and putting him in a position to win in an upset tonight.
I think my closing message is I want to thank them for what they've done right now. We're going to get out and win this election. Herschel Walker is going to be your senator.
And there was an unmistakable weariness in the voice of Herschel Walker, as well as in the voice of Democrat Raphael Warnock during their talks today and during these final events. The question is, how weary will they be tonight, depending on the length of the time that it will take for the votes to be counted. Live in DeKalb County, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.